Welcome back to another Tuesday night crit. This is an interesting one for you guys. This one's all about teamwork, and let me show you the lining startup. We've got Max, Chris, Michelle, Tiburcio, myself. Go ahead and give us all a follow on Strava. There you are with it. This is the starting lineup of the Cat 3 Cadence crew. And we're going to see right off the get-go, Mr. Jacob Evans goes ahead and just... I don't know if he sends it. I don't think that was like an attack. It seemed much more like he was just trying to keep the pace hot, and the rest of the peloton didn't want to do that. Nonetheless, you had three other gentlemen follow him. Michelle, my teammate, immediately jumps on, so good on him. That was the exact right thing to do. Looney's on there, and then another fellow that I don't know his name. So for the next 20, 25 minutes, they are pretty much off the front, rotating nicely. And the rest of us, Cadence guys, and United, because they're in there, are not going to do a darn thing. So I imagine that it's incredibly frustrating for the rest of the peloton. Oh, there's the guy on the right. He's getting pulled back. I guess he fell off. But I imagine it's pretty frustrating for the rest of the peloton, because what you notice is several guys, not even all of them, but just several of them, are doing their best to get up off the front and get a chase group organized. But all of us, Cadence, are on the front. You see that? All four of us right here on the front, and then Michelle in the break. And you just notice that we are going to spend this time organizing, or at least, patrolling the front of this peloton, setting a false tempo here on the front, and every little flyer that goes off, we are going to cover, and not let an organized chase group form. And United, they're not doing anything either, because Jacob's in that break. So right there, I tell Max that's his to cover, and he does just that, him and Chris. And that's the exact right thing that we're going to do. I am breathing heavy here, so I'm trying something new. I'm on the bike, getting my little endurance workout in. I'm running on limited time, make videos, and also do training, so that's what we're doing right now. Trying to consolidate things in life, be more efficient, Alright, back to racing. There's me just working to get back up towards the front of this so I can help keep the chase group disengaged and frustrate them a little bit. And I really think our crew did a really good job of that. Right here, I'm just going to get to the front, move around to the outside, and we've got already Chris and Max right up there on the front, and I think Tiburcio, yeah. And right here, Max tries to kill me. I guess he didn't want me to race with him today because he tried to just take me out. So, I don't know what that's about. But there, I am going to immediately cover this attack, pop off a little few watts to get on his tail, and shut it down. He keeps looking back though, which I didn't really appreciate. He's like looking back the whole time. I'm like, dude, just keep your eyes in front of you. So right there I tell him, quit looking back. But of course, he is not going to be able to bring it back by himself, and since I'm in the mix, I'm not going to pull through. So I'm going to do a couple hundred watts to keep it at false tempo, and then United, for some reason, is going to send one. I don't really know why, because Jacob's still in the break. And I start to cover, then I see Jack was about to fill that gap, so I was going to tell him to, but he didn't want to. What are you going to do? Can't make someone do something. So I'll just get on United's wheel here, and we're gonna just drop the speed heavily. Look at that, 150 watts. It's nothing. Nothing. Same thing here. Chase group is trying to go off, and they are trying to stitch this thing back up. So they have a good little organization rotation right here on the front. And I'm just going to kind of sneak my way in and try to upset them a little bit. And again, no hard feelings, everybody. That's just racing. I'm sure that's very frustrating for you guys, though. So this guy right in front of me, he's taking a nice hard dig, but he's wanting me to pull through, and I'm just not going to do that. So what should you expect? The counterattack. Jack Webb goes and counters, but good on Chris. He followed that perfectly, did the exact right thing. He's covering that. Then we've got Max and Tiburcio right there in the mix as well. Just playing this race perfectly. Perfectly well. They're staying in the mix the whole time. We got the race leader right up there in the red jersey. The series leader, sorry. I think his name is Luma. Super strong. So we're also making sure to mark him. I need a drink of water here. The Peloton tries to catch me slipping, and they're gonna send one. But not today! Not today. Sorry, everyone. It's just not how it works. And I'm starting to breathe a little heavier now. Sorry, everybody. That's Todd Campbell. Todd Campbell and Marcus Mendoza. These guys do so much work in every single race. It is a blast racing with them. Love it when they show up. Alright, here in just a little bit. Well, there's Pack. Big Bren on the right. I think he's trying to motivate the field to chase, but it is just not working. You know, there's a while in this race I thought that break was going to stay because they had about 30 seconds on the field. But right here, up ahead, you can barely see him. Michel, my teammate, he falls off the break. He gets a flat. I didn't realize that at the time, but he flats out.
Defeat.
So Michel is dead now. He's out, so it's the 4 of us Cadence guys. And we are no longer represented in this break. And so we are going to work like dogs to bring this 30-second gap, bring it back. Jack Webb is leading the effort. He has no teammates in this. And we are infinitely more, I don't know, incentivized to go and chase this back. So you hear me yelling at Tiburcio to go and chase it back, and he does. He jumps on the gas and is moving. Look, they had 30 seconds on us. And they were moving strong. So this guy from Jesuit, he's pulling as well again. Not so sure why he is doing that, but thank you. We appreciate that. Very helpful to us. And yeah, we're gonna really hustle to bring this back. And I just feel like we all 4 of us, did a great job of immediately recognizing that Michel was out of the break and immediately organized to bring this back. So right here we got Maximilian on the front, doing what Max does and just smashing some pedals. One of the hardest workers in the peloton. And I'm going to try to do the same thing. This is how you win bike races. Teamwork like this is truly how you make it happen. It's fun being part of a team. It's fun working together. There's Michel, he's doing his job, pulling through. Still, we are working to bring this back. United right in front of us, but his guy, Evans, is still in the break, presumably. Actually, no, that's him right above, in front of us. He's getting dropped. I think the break, once Michel dropped down, they kind of blew up. And so, right here, we see that Evans is coming back. And so I'm telling United that's his guy, and he can feel free to start pulling now. Which he sort of does. Looney is still off the front, but none of us are too worried about him. He's been off the front for a long time, working really hard. And now we've got big teams in the peloton all eager to work. So the peloton is officially back together. This race has come together. And we have like just a couple laps left to go. In fact, I think we're coming down in one lap to go here in just a minute. Yeah, this must be 2 laps to go right here. And I am going to just try to get to the front of this race. I need to be in position at the end. And so I'm going to do some work to get there. Because I am learning as this season goes on, it doesn't matter how fresh you are if you're 30 wheels in the back coming around the final bend. Does you no good. So I'm learning to, if I've got to empty my tank to get towards the front and ready for a sprint, then so be it. Maybe I could do it more efficiently, but look, if you're not in position for the sprint, it doesn't matter. Your race is over. So that's what I'm going to do. Working here to get in position. And, you know, unfortunately, there is no race control on the front. And so no one's taking charge here. Actually, there are some play-try guys kind of keeping it fast, sort of. But I want you to notice, race leader on the right, final half lap to go. He's in position for a sprint, super strong. But we also have Tiburcio, my teammate, right here, sitting 4th or 5th wheel, and he's got a great sprint as well. So I have a decision to make. I can sit in with him. We have one guy in our team who's already a great sprinter in good position. Me, I'm a mediocre sprinter, and I'm also in position. So I decide I'm going to send it. And I'm going to just go about a half a lap early, and one of 2 things is going to happen. It is the peloton and the field are going to let me go because they know I'm weak, and I win the race. Or the race leader, Luma, he is going to ruin his sprint to catch me, and Tiburcio is going to grab onto his wheel and get led out by him. And that's exactly what happens. So maybe somewhat of a gamble, but at the moment it seemed like a no-lose situation. And there you go. That's how teamwork wins a race. Okay. I can breathe now.